Yo, 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 yo. What up, buddy?
Yo, what is up? How's everybody doing?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Box Office Dynasty podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Jack.
Stop spitting on me, jeez.
Podcast.
I don't even know. I'm Josh, I guess. Jeez,
You look like a Josh.
Yeah. You know that wasn't, my parents almost named me Jason. Like it was between those two.
I was almost Jackson. This could have
Jackson?
been the Box Office Dynasty podcast with Jason and Jackson.
With the sons, which we
Yeah.
are still sons, obviously. But it's funny that your parents just chopped the SON off your name. You're
Yeah,
like, that's too much.
well,
There
my
wasn't
dad's
enough room
name's-
on the birth certificate.
Yeah, if his name was Jack, then I'd be Jack's son. You know?
What, like Thor Odin's son?
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
That'd be cool. Anyway, we got a good episode for you guys today. We are going to review our Bible study movie, which was, what's it called? The Jazz Singer. Man, dude. The Jazz, as you can tell, I didn't really like it.
Probably just watched it today too.
I did watch it like 2 hours ago. We're reviewing The Jazz Singer. We're going to do some box office numbers as per usual, talk about Peacemaker Season 2, go over some of the Comic-Con stuff, including the new Invincible news and Marvel news and all the new movies and shows that are announced at New York Comic-Con last week. Talk about some movie announcements for you, Josh, that you're going to talk about. And we have a fun little segment later on where we're going to be drafting football teams of fictional characters and put our teams head to head. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Little film football. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a good episode. We're in the thick of fall here, and things are okay.
Things are going to start picking up soon.
Yeah,
after the August and September kind of breaks. Like we have a lot of movies upcoming and TV shows upcoming that it's going to be really exciting.
November, we were just texting about this, has a really cool slate coming up of films.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like Wicked, Predator Badlands, The Running Man.
Black Phone 2 comes out next week. Some cool stuff. So
big lot of momentum around Marty Supreme as well. I talked about this several months ago when we first started this podcast. The upcoming Timothée Chalamet film, directed by Josh Safdie, and that looks like it could be really exciting. So,
I saw something about
Christmas.
Someone had Oscar predictions for this upcoming Oscars, and they were doing like all the odds of each actor, actress being nominated for certain categories, and they had Timothée Chalamet at the highest for Marty Supreme, and for Best Supporting Actor, they had Chris Evans over Sean Penn from One Battle After Another.
For what? Chris Evans for what?
The Materialists.
Bro, who was that?
Dude, the comments were just shitting on that guy. They're
That's
like, why the fuck would Chris Evans be nominated for that movie?
And he's not even bad in that movie. Like, not to shit on Chris Evans.
It's he's a great actor, but it's
come on, dude. Like, come on. Compare that to no. All right.
Sean Penn wasn't in that option, so.
I do think, especially when you think of the momentum that Timothée Chalamet had this past season with that fucking Bob Dylan movie. What the hell was that shit called? It's already out of my brain.
I have no idea. Should be The Tambourine Man.
Nah, that's crazy. I can't believe I already forgot the name of that fucking movie. A Complete Unknown.
Oh,
See, there you go. It was unknown in my head.
Yeah.
But behind that, like, I feel like he's got a really strong chance. I mean, he is like, we also did a segment on here a few episodes back about like where we drafted upcoming actors under 30, actors and actresses, and Timothée Chalamet to me is like the defining young actor of our time.
He went first in that draft.
He did.
Yeah.
No, I had first, and I think I fucked it up because I didn't know if I took Florence Pugh. So I thought,
oh, you dumbass.
Dude, I should have taken Timothée Chalamet. No disrespect to Florence Pugh, because she'd go too, probably. But Timothée Chalamet is, like, I think, doing work that no one else is doing right now. With the diversity of his films, the projects he's choosing, the kind of roles he's taking on, the commitment to the roles, both from an acting perspective, but then a marketing perspective. I mean, this guy
dude. He's so funny, bro.
This guy admitted at the SAG Awards last year that he is on a pursuit of greatness. And we talked last week about Oscar bait or whatnot, like, should people be willing to chase that kind of accolades and recognition in this industry. And I think, like, I look at Timothée Chalamet and I don't see why you can't argue he's doing it for the love of the craft, and he's also chasing that greatness. And I think that's inspiring and aspiring. And I think that's why when all is said and done 50 years from now, people are going to look back on this era of cinema and say Timothée Chalamet was one of the greatest actors of that time, if not the
Yeah,
greatest.
and surprise, Josh, I actually booked him for next week's episode. So
Oh, hell yeah. You know what?
he's our third guest.
He's going to come on with the people wearing the ping pong hats the whole time that look like they're part of fucking what
Ping pong
shit.
hats. What the hell are you talking about?
Did you see that?
No.
There was a video of him going around Manhattan promoting Marty Supreme with a bunch of people surrounded him wearing, like, their heads were covered in fucking ping pong, like, helmets.
I didn't
or
see that at all. Okay.
whatever.
All right. Anyway,
That's what I mean about his ambitious approach to marketing his films. Like, it's really
Yeah. Plus, he seems like a chill
cool.
guy. So
He is a chill guy. I mean, seems like it. I don't know. We'll find
All
out
right.
next week.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we will.
I did want to. I always get on a tangent. I wanted to take a minute to address and pay tribute to Diane Keaton, who passed away on Saturday at the age of 79. Diane Keaton. I know you said you hadn't seen many films that she had been in. I've seen a ton of her work, and I got to tell you, man, she was absolutely a prominent actress and one of the biggest stars of the 70s, and
Yeah, I knew
had
the
been
name.
throughout that too.
I thought she was related to Michael Keaton, though.
Yeah, I don't blame you. The first thing I thought you would say is that.
I
to be
was like, oh no,
honest.
Michael Keaton's wife died, and then no offense, I found out it was Diane Keaton. I go, oh okay, because I don't know who that is.
No, I mean, she, like I said, was one of the most prominent actresses of that time period. And in cinema, I mean, just the work she had been in. First of all, she was in the Godfather trilogy with a pretty big role as Kay Adams, Kay Corleone, the second wife of Michael Corleone. She was also known for her many collaborations with Woody Allen. First on stage and then later the 8 times that they worked together on screen, including films like Annie Hall, Manhattan Murder Mystery, Love and Death, and Sleeper. Obviously, some people criticized her support of Woody Allen with his allegations over the years.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah, but regardless, no denying the accomplishments that they achieved in the medium together. She was also in films, a couple of these I'm sure you've heard of at least, like Father of the Bride. That one was also starring Steve Martin. She was in The First Wives Club and Finding Dory. She proved that she was capable as both a dramatic and comedic actress, which not everyone in Hollywood truly is capable of both sides of that coin, you know? And she was. So that is a remarkable achievement within itself. She was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, winning once for Annie Hall, nominated as well for other great films like Reds, Marvin's Room, and Something's Gotta Give. She was also a 2-time Emmy nominee, a 2-time Golden Globe winner, as well as a 9-time nominee, a BAFTA winner, alongside a 3-time nominee, a Tony nominee, and a 4-time SAG nominee, and is considered one of the biggest fashion icons in all of Hollywood, just with her various eloquent costumes and larger than life, you know, both in films and just on red carpets. So like, and I mean, I haven't seen all her films, but the work that I had seen her do, I do remember her dynamic range, and just warm and unique presence in the films. And so I think she's going to very, very well be missed. I mean, I was kind of shocked to hear the news at first. I know she's 79, but I just didn't know that she was, because she was a person that always seemed filled with health and life. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of people that just feel so lively.
Yeah, just very unexpected.
Right. So, you know, when you hear something like that, it truly does take you aback for a second. So Diane Keaton, at the age of 79, we will miss you.
I hope Michael Keaton's doing okay. Hope he's
Yeah, I
coping.
mean, yeah, you know, I hope so. So, that's that. Let's move on to our Bible study, shall we?
Let's review some movie.
So we, as this goes, we pick a movie out of the film Bible. We pick it randomly based on a number that you, the folks at home, comment on our videos, on our episodes, anywhere you can get them to us. And we watch that correlated film out of the film Bible. And the film that we watched this past, I guess, couple weeks, for Jack, this past 2 hours,
Yeah.
is The Jazz Singer. So we will talk about this. We'll explain what it's about, its prominence. It's definitely, I mean, there's an interesting conversation to be had here. But before any of that, I think we just start with our ratings. And fuck the whole spoiler thing, Jack. This movie is about 100 years
When
old.
did it come
I
out?
don't give a shit.
1927 or something?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. All
If you
right.
haven't
Yeah.
seen
So
it by now.
this is our ratings and reviews for The Jazz Singer. I'll go first. I give it 2.5 angry papas out of 10.
I give it whatever they called the ceremony, or not two. I give it also like 2.5. Whatever they called those ceremonies that he did at the end there. The
Oh, like
like
the funeral thing?
well, no, the guy was alive. The dad was still alive.
Oh, he was. I thought he
Oh
died at
no,
the
I
end.
think he does. But okay, all right, fucking shitty ass movie. Anyway, I give it 2.5 out of 10.
Okay.
2.5 songs out of 10, and I'll say that because the reason this film is forever remembered in film history is that it was the first ever film that was able to sync sound with the visuals,
Yeah.
and that
Still
comes
sucks.
across. Oh yeah, no,
It
I
still
know.
fucking sucks.
No doubt. No doubt. I'm just saying that this is why anyone still talks about
Yeah, it's
this
cemented
movie.
in film history.
Because it was the first to do that. And that was one of the reasons I rated it anything higher than like a 1 was because the first moment that someone like sung in the movie, I think it was the kid who sings 1st. It actually was like a cool moment because I was like, wow, you're watching that moment that they actually broke that barrier.
Yeah, that was cool.
And I think you're just like, I don't know, seeing that play out really did kind of like strike me for a moment.
Yeah, it was cool for 0.5 seconds, and then I was back to damn, this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, well, this is a complicated movie with its legacy, and I'm going to state the obvious. It is filled with blackface.
The whole last half an hour is
And
blackface. That's a third of
yeah.
the movie.
I did a lot of research into this. That was like the Al Jolson shtick. Al Jolson was like an early known performer. He's the lead in this movie. Kind of came up before the era of film and television, originally on stage, and then was like I said, really a popular early era singer and star. It's interesting, Jack, because I was looking at this. Blackface, the way they were perceiving it at the time and the way we know it to be now is so different. And even
Well, yeah, of course.
no, but like he wasn't like he was beloved, like the performance was beloved by the black community
Oh,
even back then. And I mean, I don't know that
that's
I'm going to sit around and say that every single person was pretending. Like, I do think there was a different perception that they have felt about it because of their, obviously the Jim Crow circumstances and the historical aspects that come into play. But like, there's a different, like, obviously there was a line, like this weird blurred line where they were using the blackface to appropriate black music and culture, and
oh yeah,
like you see
100%.
that play out even in the film with the way his character interacts with the music. But like apparently people that are close to or were close to Al Jolson and all that, like there's a level of like doing it to try and get like honor the music or something. Like it's just a weird hunt, like over the course of a century, the difference in perspective, like we look back on it, we know it's wrong. We're not saying it's good just because that was they had different moral standards of a different time period. I don't believe that, at least, but it's interesting to just kind of like see the dichotomy of that.
Yeah, I mean, I just like couldn't even I just even like, oh, this might interest me for a second. Either way, I was
It
just like
didn't
this.
interest. It's the black. Okay, wait. The
No, not saying
blackface didn't
blackface
interest
interests you,
me.
but the historical elements and stuff like that, and the dichotomy, as you were saying, like sure, maybe that's interesting for a second, but the characters in this movie suck. The plot sucks. The first of all, just the structure. I know it's not the movie's fault. This was how it was at the time. Having them move their mouths and then I have to read it on a screen. I hate that shit so much. It wastes so much
Bro's
time.
never seen a silent film before.
I have, and they suck. I hate silent films. They're stupid. Like it's not good. No one wants to see. And then a minute later of them just moving their mouth, I see 10 words. They moved their mouth for like 2 minutes straight, and then 10 words showed up on the screen. How
Well,
is that
yeah.
possible?
I mean, it's simplified. It was it was the infancy stage of the medium.
Yeah,
and
it sucks.
I mean, obviously, you compare it to the kind of stuff we get now. I think you just have to. I mean, I'm not defending the Jazz Singer because the Jazz Singer does suck, but I am defending that era of cinema.
You can say at the time it was good, but you can't look at that structure now and be like, I wish we made more of those. No,
because it's not that I wish we made more of them. It's that it's good for that time, and I'm choosing to watch that movie so I know what kind of movie I'm watching. I'm watching it within that kind of context.
Then you should love the blackface.
No, that's different. I'm talking about the technical structures of movies, not the racial context within the film.
But then, like, just you could accept.
That's why I didn't like the Jazz Singer.
But you can like accept that that's how movies were, and you can appreciate it. But that doesn't mean you have to enjoy that kind of like structure of a movie.
Well, I don't know that I necessarily prefer silent films either. But as someone who is interested, and I mean, I would think to you yourself, you love history, so you can have some level of extra appreciation for this. I love looking back on like the historical evolution of film, because to me the way film has evolved to this point can really tell us about where we can take it from here in a lot of ways. And I think looking at films like The Jazz Singer, even, which are bad and filled with horrible racial stereotypes and racial activities that, you know, we don't condone here in our modern society, but the reason we still talk about them is because I think we should study how these kinds of films were to be made and like what the thought process was behind it, to, you know, for any reason that you study anything in history. And so that's why I think you look back on it and it's like there's a level of, do you enjoy it? No, but is this important? Yes.
Right, but that I'm not rating a movie based on if it's important or not. I'm rating a movie based on if I like it or not. And I don't like that structure of movie. That's all I'm saying, is that I don't like silent films because I think it's annoying to have to watch them move their mouths for 10 minutes just to get 5 words out of them that I have to read. So it's like,
I just think
it could be important, still sucks.
Right, but I do think some of it is actually pretty impressive when you take it into context of the time that they were making it.
Yeah.
And I kind of appreciate and enjoy that. And most of the movies are like 80 minutes, 70 minutes, 90 minutes. Like,
I know.
Who cares? And there's music playing. Like, you know, it's...
No, still bad.
And what's interesting to me about movies from that time period is that because they overperformed, there's a lot more like physical acting. Because there's no dialogue, that I think that makes for another level of appreciation of that, like, of the performance craft and also entertainment value. Like, obviously these movies don't hold up to modern day blockbusters that hundreds of millions of dollars get put in and it's big mega spectacle that goes, wow, love this. But like I said, I don't know, for me, like, obviously I don't necessarily love silent films. They're not my favorite kinds of films, but when I'm watching one, if it's a good one, I can tell, like, all right, yeah, this isn't fucking, I don't know, Transformers or Star Wars or something, but like, man, like they made this with fucking like rigs and fucking like cameras that basically took like 2 minutes to burn onto the one shot onto the reel, and like, I don't know, I guess that means a little more to me personally.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I just,
but I think you put that more into your rating then, because
not really, because look at the jazz singer. I did.
but I know, but like I'm saying that I don't enjoy that, but I
Right,
appreciate it and I understand it, but I don't like it. Like I don't have to
but you're not
like
gonna
it.
give yourself the chance to maybe enjoy one if you never go into one. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like you got to go into it saying like, all right, maybe I don't love this kind of movie, but maybe this is a good movie. Like, just because a movie's old doesn't mean a movie can't be good.
Well, yeah, if this one had like a good plot or good characters, that would,
Well, no,
you know, the
this is a
silent film wouldn't
bad.
bring me down all the way, but
This
it
is
has nothing redeemable.
this is a bad example though, because this is obviously uh a bad film in a lot of ways, you
Yeah.
know. And you're right, it's not a very interesting story, it's not engaging in the way it's presented, and I don't think that to me has as much to do with it being a silent film as I
No, it
think
has
it just
nothing to do with
does
it.
with it being the way we see these characters. I don't think, I mean, you just kind of get like song, and then like, you know, stuff with like him and whatever the fuck, you know, his dad, like, I go back
Yeah.
and like, you
All
know, I
that
don't want to see
stuff
it. And I don't
that's
know.
all separate from the silent film thing. That stuff sucks and it's a silent film.
Yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it.
Well,
Like
I don't
the
know.
dad pissed me off so much. Like just
Yeah.
an
Well,
asshole. And then
yeah.
he just like I get his dad is like dying or whatever, but at the end he just basically does what his dad wants. And anyway, like what's the message there? Just if your dad's a piece of shit but he's dying, just do whatever he says. Like I don't get it.
Well, I mean, he does both because he performs in the jazz show and he performs the religious ceremony for his dad. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I don't know. I think to a certain level that he could be who he wants and still, like, I think that if we're gonna try and analyze the story of the jazz singer, like, I guess you could say it's a matter of him um being like both versions of himself, like they're both a part of him, you know, the religious singer and the jazz singer. So
Yeah.
I don't know,
And
I don't care about the fucking movie enough,
for
but
anyone watching, or for everyone watching, because if you're watching, you're listening to this right now. Uh, I'm assuming none of you guys have seen The Jazz Singer. So The Jazz Singer is basically about this guy who is a jazz singer, and his dad and his family are very religious, Jewish, and they don't approve of jazz singing. They kind of use jazz singer as a slur, pretty much. They're like, you're a
dude,
jazz
I was
singer.
gonna say that, like, back then, I literally, apparently being called a jazz singer was a slur. It was
And they
just like,
want him to like be more religious and be involved in the temple, or whatever, and whatever the singing ceremony is for the temple, because the guy's got a great voice. He's using it for jazz singing instead of religious purposes, and his family hates that, and his dad basically fucking disowns him as a kid. He's like, my son is gone. So his dad's a piece of shit.
yeah, you know, I mean, it's similar to The Birth of a Nation, where you have a film that, and if you thought you
I know.
didn't like this,
I'm
you
not watching that
better
shit.
pray that never pulls out of the, I don't know if it's in there. I'm
It's
sure it
gotta be,
is.
right?
You better
Yeah.
pray it never pulls out.
Oh no.
That might be the first time we say no. That might be the
No, we
first
can't,
time.
dude. We can't.
Dude, I will never fucking watch that movie again. I'll talk about it without watching it again. I've
Oh
seen it.
god.
I've
Okay,
seen it.
okay.
So if it rolls, that's on you, buddy.
Oh god, all right.
But it's similar in a sense of one that had such an important technical impact in bringing the medium along, and yet when we look back upon it, we realize that without that contribution to cinema, it would be lost to time, and rightfully so. Just simply because they're racist, we don't agree with the things that they're saying. The stories don't have any kind of qualitative redemption, and overall, the only redeeming quality is that it gave us, they figured something out that we can then continue to evolve today to make some of the incredible stuff that we get to go see on the screen that we're even going to talk about in this episode at
Yeah.
times. So That's why it's in the film Bible. That's why anyone talks about it. It's not a good movie. I don't recommend you see it. Jack doesn't recommend you see it. But if you do happen to see it, just keep that in mind that it is controversial because it has that one upside. But in reality, its racist tones far outshadow any important contribution that it made.
And you know, if you guys watch any of these Bible study films because you've seen us do it, comment that. I want to know what you guys think about Bible study movies that we've been watching, and we discuss it together. But I would love to hear what other people think about these movies, because I would, as much as I don't want you guys to see this movie because it sucks, I kind of would like people who have seen it to know what we're going through after watching.
Well, this was definitely both of our least favorite.
100%.
Like, it seems like without a doubt.
100%.
I'm surprised La Adelante was topped for you.
I was close 50-50, but then I was remembering La Adelante, and I was like, no, it had like some cool scenes, like that underwater scene was cool.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it also
enough.
doesn't have, I don't think it had blackface.
There's no blackface. This is the first time we're talking about blackface on this podcast.
So, you know, that's
hopefully the last, but you never know.
It had that one guy, Pere Jules, was definitely kind of racist, but you know, he wasn't.
Well, yeah, racism. There's definitely that. Probably all our Bible study movies, if we're being honest.
I mean, even Get Out, but that's
that's meant to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the jazz singer.
That is the jazz singer.
Comment Bible study numbers. Just comment a random number, 23 through 1,265, and next week. It's next week, right? We're picking a number.
Next week we're gonna pick another Bible study film, which is always my favorite part. I love the anticipation of the new one.
Yeah.
So please comment numbers. Please, even if you've done it before, comment again. Comment multiple.
A new number, because all the old numbers that you guys have commented, we have still. So I've noticed people keep commenting the same numbers that they've been commenting.
Yeah, if you've commented it, we have it. And also, don't comment 420 and 69. We fucking get it.
We got that. We only have one for each number that's commented. So if you guys commented 330 2 weeks ago and we didn't pick it, it's still in our rotation that we could pick.
Well, like, we're probably going to get to it at some point.
Hopefully. We have a lot. We do have a lot to get through, which is awesome.
Podcast, like, either Jack and I break up the podcast or the sun explodes and we all die.
Yeah, or one of us just drops dead, yeah.
No, then we keep the podcast going.
That's true, with the corpse of the other person on the other line.
Weekend at Bernie's, that shit.
Weekend at Box Office Dynasties.
Weekend at Box Office Dynasty. Yeah, dude, let's go. All right. What about the Weekend at the Box Office? Dude, that's crazy.
Good transition.
That wasn't even planned.
Good job, buddy.
Holy shit. You know, that was a teamwork effort, though.
Yeah, I teed you up for that.
All right. So we're going to go over the box office numbers for the weekend of October 10th through the 12th. What an unexciting weekend for film it was. In fifth place, in its first weekend of release from the distributor Affirm Films, is a film that made $3 million called Soul on Fire.
Never heard of it.
The description says, after suffering an accident, a young boy ends up relying on his family, his faith, and his community in his fight for survival.
Okay. Interesting. Cracking the top 5.
Mago would probably like that. In fourth place in its third weekend of release, making $3.3 million more dollars, all that came from Jack's own pocket, believe it or not, Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie.
Shout out Gabby.
For real, Jack, you are keeping Gabby in the top 5.
I've seen it 1,200 times already.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I love that movie.
You're just two-seated. You're actually doing this podcast in between Gabby Dollhouse showings right
That's
now,
true.
right?
I just got out of one. It was great. I can't wait to see it again.
All right. Well, in third place, in its third weekend of release, making $6.675 million more dollars, only 39.3% drop. That's not too shabby. Is One Battle After Another.
I heard you say 6-7.
Dude, all right. What the fuck is this joke? You mentioned this last week too. I don't fucking get it. I'm an unk. I'm on status.
I'll tell you. So am I. I had a little child explain it to me at work. No, at work. Somewhere.
What the fuck are you doing with a child at work?
No, chill. Kids come into work. We're at work. And he said something about 6-7. I was like, what is that? And then, yeah, it was at work. It was my coworker's son. And he was like, "Oh, it's the height of a basketball player. He's 6'7", and someone made a TikTok where they're like, "How tall is this guy?" Whatever, and the guy was like, 6'7". Stupid shit. I know these kids are crazy. All right, we're on status right now.
Oh my
That's
god.
it. That's all I know.
Jeez.
I could be
All
completely
right.
wrong, but that's what I was told by a 7 3/4-year-old. So,
Or a 6-year-old.
or 6 or 7 years old.
All right. I'm not going to be part of the problem.
Mm.
In second place, in its opening weekend, making $8 million, is the movie Roof Man, starring Channing Tatum.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh, hmm. Interesting. You know what's funny?
Well,
Did you see that he was promoting this movie by spending the night in a Toys R Us? And I'm like, wait a minute. Where did he actually find a Toys R Us to do that in, though?
they must have used the one they built for the movie.
Yeah, right? Like, that's
There's
such
no way.
bullshit. Like,
There's
he
no way
was
they
like,
found one.
I saw that video and I was like, that's bullshit. Like, there's no, like, Toys
No.
R Us's for him to do that in.
No, dude. That movie
Not
is
in the
so
big 25.
nostalgic, man. Seeing the Toys R Us is crazy.
And in first place in its opening weekend of release, making $33.5 million, is the new Tron film, Tron Ares. Let's talk about this for a minute. Tron Ares opened to that $33.5 million domestically. That's pretty bad. It falls well below its projections for its opening weekend. They expected it to open around 50 million. It opens in at 33.5. This falls below where Tron Legacy opened.
I have a prediction. I think that Hollywood, not necessarily Hollywood, but the viewers have kind of blacklisted Jared Leto from movies. I think any movie he's in, people, including myself, honestly, because he's just like, he sucks. I don't like him, and he seems like a piece of shit in real life. I just think people are like, Jared Leto's in this? It must be bad, because what's his track record? The last couple movies he's in fucking sucked.
Yeah, I I'll give Jared Leto his credit. It's not that he's a terrible actor. He's put up some pretty impressive performances in his career at one point. You're right, his track record lately, last 5-10 years, 5 years, 7
Just
years, I should
bad,
say,
dude.
not great. But you're right. I do think that this is a little telling of that, because the domestic opening day for Tron Ares was $14.3 million. That's less than fucking Morbius made on its opening day. Morbius.
That's insane. Well, people saw
Fucking
Morbius for the
Morbin
memes, dude.
Yeah, but like,
it made it more $1 billion.
but the biggest meme about Morbius was that we kept convincing Sony that people were gonna go see it,
I know,
and
they
then no
re-released
one
it.
saw it. That was the meme.
That's
No
hilarious.
one fucking liked Morbius.
the
I didn't see it in
community-
theaters.
The community came together and like pranked
Pranked
Sony.
fucking Sony. Yeah,
That's
that
so
was
funny.
great. So this is very disappointing for Tron Ares. It had a production budget of $180 million.
Damn.
I mean,
it's a huge loss for Disney.
Worldwide, it's at 60.5 after its first weekend. So, and you have to imagine that it's going to drop. I mean, what's coming out in the coming weeks? I'm going to pull that up real quick. We don't really ever compare that enough, but you have Black Phone 2 next week. You have Good Fortune coming out. That's another film that people are talking about. I know it's not a lot, but that alone might be able to contend with Tron Ares, and then you consider the eventually Back to the Future is going to get that Halloween re-release. So not a great spot. I know Disney does win the top spot of the weekend, so congrats to them with Tron Ares. Not a lot of competition, and
sucks for Jared.
Not impressive. So that is where Tron Ares stands. Neither of us saw it. I've only seen the original Tron movie. I don't know if you've seen any of them, but I didn't really even like the first one.
I've never seen any of them.
I've never seen Legacy.
It doesn't seem interesting to me. Tron is like, do you remember Light Bike?
Yeah.
The game? Tron is just Light Bike come to life.
Yeah, but Tron came first.
I know, but Light Bike is better.
Okay. Tron has its fans. It definitely has its fan base. So no disrespect. I saw the first one. It just felt very boring for me. It was one of those like 80s sci-fi films that was kind of lower budgety, crappy, not so
Yeah.
much, like just didn't really pull me in, wasn't very memorable. So I never really attached to that franchise personally. But congrats to Tron, you do win the weekend. So
Let's talk about Peacemaker.
Peacemaker season 2. Let's do it.
Yeah. Do you want to give your rating first?
Who went first for the jazz singer? You
I
did?
did. I did. So here are our ratings and reviews for Peacemaker season 2.
I give it I teeter between like a 7.8 to like an 8. Peacemaker Nazi dimensions at a fucking 10.
Yeah.
I'm somewhere around there.
I'm pretty much in the same spot. I give it like, yes, I would honestly say 7.8 also. I give it 7.8 bird blindness diagnosis
Oh,
out
dude,
of
the
10.
motherfucking Burblin.
Uh it started, we're going to get into spoilers for Peacemaker, right? Or do you want to do non-spoilers?
Let's just get into it. It's too hard to dance around it. It's too
spoilers for
mentally
Peacemaker.
exhausting.
Also, you kind of spoiled it with your review anyway.
I know, but like
Spoilers for
I
Peacemaker
had
season
this
2.
show spoiled for me weeks before I saw any of the episodes. So
Yeah.
like,
All right, so spoilers for Peacemaker season 2. I think it had a strong like first 2-3 episodes, and then the season finale sucked. I just want to get that out of there. I did not like the season finale. I thought it started off strong, the middle was boring, the ending was good except for the finale. Like the Nazi dimension stuff at the end was cool, but once they got back, I was like, this sucks. It's boring.
well, the episode before the finale is my
great. That's the
favorite
best episode
of the show.
Me too.
However, I have an overall problem with this season.
Okay, what do you got?
Season 1, like before we get to the finale, before we jump the gun there,
Yeah,
we're talking about
skipping
we're talking about the whole show here. Peacemaker season 2 was supposed to be, this was what James Gunn said he intended, a more personal story. Like season 1 was about Peacemaker, season 2 is about Chris. And so that made it a lot more of a personal story. I felt it felt very narrow. It felt like a lot of major characters from season 1 were left with very little to do this season.
Vigilante had nothing to do this season until the last 2 episodes.
Right. I don't think he and Peacemaker really have a full interaction much at all.
They talked like after the orgy in the first episode, and then not for the whole rest of the season.
So, I don't know. I mean, even Economos, you could say, probably doesn't really have anything to do but be a coward the whole season.
Yeah, I liked him better No, I didn't like him better this season, but I thought he had more to do this season because he was like spying on Peacemaker. He was like the inside man,
But like, let me ask you, did any of them really have anything to do this season? This is what happened this season. The fallout of season 1, so like, Peacemaker runs away. Everything's falling apart. He decides like, all right, Harcourt like doesn't fucking want to be with me. I'm gonna run away to a dimension, and then everyone runs after him because they want to bring him back. And then it turns out to be a Nazi dimension, and then they come home. Like that's the season. Like
right,
that's basically the season.
And he doesn't even go to that. They don't even follow him into that dimension until like episode 5. So the first 5 episodes, like here's how it goes. The first episode, obviously introduction, blah blah. Episode 2, he goes back to the dimension. Like the first episode, he gets drunk and he goes in, and then he kills his alternate self, and he's like, "What the fuck?" The second episode, he gets drunk and he goes in again, so it's just a repeat of the first episode, and then he hangs out with his family. The third episode was great. It was him stopping the Sons of Liberty that were in that Nazi dimension. Remember, he was killing all of them, which now you realize they were the good guys, but whatever. That was cool. Peacemaker was being a hero, which was cool in the alternate dimension, showing why he would want to do that. Episode 4, boring. Episode 5, boring. Episode 6 and 7, 6, 7, great. Okay? That's the one where they follow him into the Nazi dimension, and then he gets there. And then episode 8, an hour-long music video, pretty much. Very boring. Nothing happens until Rick Flag throws Peacemaker through the door. Rick Flag got sidelined the entire show. I thought he was going to be a big part. He's just following them around the whole time, doing nothing.
Dude, can I say something?
Hmm.
Frank Grillo as Rick Flag does not work.
It. What?
No, it
Why though?
doesn't.
Why? Why?
Because
Why?
Rick Flag Jr. is played by someone who's not that much younger than him. It doesn't, I don't buy it.
How old do you think Frank Grillo is?
Frank Grillo, it doesn't matter how old he
Guess. Just
actually
guess.
is.
Just guess.
I don't know. How old is he?
He's like 60.
So what? It's not coming
But
off that way.
Joel Kinnaman is like 38 or something. So that's like if you had
Frank
him.
Grillo. Yeah, Frank Grillo's 60 and Joel Kinnaman.
He's like 20 years older. So that makes perfect sense.
It doesn't work for me because he doesn't look the part. It's not connecting.
What do you mean?
I think it's a problem.
He doesn't
look
like
that much older. He doesn't look like Joel Kinnaman's
No,
dad.
I get that because he does
Joel
look
Kinnaman's
good.
45, so he's only 15 years older than him. What are you even talking about?
Okay,
it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Joel Kinnaman could play 40, you know?
Sure, okay, but then he's still 20 years old. Like, and Frank Grillo doesn't look 60.
I get what you're saying.
So that's
why
the
they should have
problem.
had him do the white hair like he has in Creature Commandos.
I just think it was miscast.
I like it because I think Frank Grillo is great.
I think he plays the role well. I just think because of who you cast, you should have cast a really young Rick Flag Jr. then, like someone in their 20s.
Yeah.
If you were going to cast Frank Grillo, like it just does not work.
And does there feel like a big disconnect from Creature Commandos to this with that character? Because
there feels like a big disconnect between Suicide Squad and this season of Peacemaker, in my opinion, as well as Creature Commandos. The whole thing is
Suicide Squad
kind of
is iffy though, because that's like before the whole DCEU transmission thing.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You're trying to make some of it.
But Creature Commandos, Frank Grillo's character, Rick Flag Sr., just seems like he's like the good guy. He's the hero. And then in this one, he's such a piece of shit.
Right.
I know his son died, but it's like still.
Even in that like end credit scene or maybe it wasn't the end credit scene, maybe it was just in the actual scene where they're talking at the like intelligence table and the one guy's like a month ago you were sitting here trying to like, cause he's talking about Superman and everything, trying to like catch Lex Luthor. Now you're like on his side about this. Like the show itself is making light of the sudden change of heart of the character that you would think Gunn realizes is too quick, too drastic, and it's not coming across as authentic.
Yeah, I think they really butchered Rick Flag Sr. I think that it would make sense if Peacemaker was a metahuman, right? He hates metahumans. He wants to throw them all away into that alternate dimension. I get it. But Peacemaker's just a regular guy. Why all of a sudden is Rick Flag Sr. just fuck metahumans, let's throw him into prison in an alternate world? That makes no sense to me.
I assume he was doing that just to get away to get rid of Peacemaker.
But why target metahumans? Like, he could have just said it's for prisoners, you know?
Because
like,
it's the only way that they would let them do such a drastic prison.
I guess. But
they would never allow him to put regular humans in another dimension that they don't know what's there.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like a big 180 to me.
I agree. I'm just saying that I do get the logic of why he would disguise it behind metahumans and Lex's hate for metahumans and this, using the events of Superman as a cover up for his own personal gain. I think that was actually a highlight of his character throughout the show. That was one of the only things I didn't mind.
Really?
Like, to me, I just couldn't. Every time they would show like flashbacks or whatever, I think about Joel Kinnaman's take on, like, it just did not sell to me, and it felt so like I got checked out, and I know you can relate to that with other things.
Speaking of Joel Kinnaman, did you expect him to show up? Like, he showed up for that one episode, but I thought he was going to come back, like Harcourt would see him again, he'd be a Nazi, or he'd be part of the Sons of Liberty, he'd help them, but he was just kind of one and done.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to just be like a little fun thing. I don't think he necessarily needed to take too much attention away. I mean, could he have been in it more? Sure. But I don't think that's necessarily where I look at it and say this was a problem. Like, I look at it and I say, like, does Peacemaker season 2, 1, feel like an authentic season 2 for the, like, does it feel like an authentic continuation of the first season? And also, does it feel like a justified ending if we're not going to get a season 3, which James Gunn has said there are no immediate plans for a season 3. He himself said it's about setting up the future of the DCU with Salvation and Checkpoint and all of that, and I get that, but for a show that was as great as Peacemaker,
Checkmate.
is it Checkmate?
Yeah.
All right, same fucking stupid shit. For a show as great as Peacemaker to devolve to being the same kind of shit that Marvel does with their shows, and that's use it as setup,
I
to me
know.
is disheartening, and it's not an authentic and justified ending, and the whole season doesn't even really feel like a great continuation of season 1.
No, and it's not like we hated it. Like we both gave it around an 8, a little less than an 8 maybe. It's John Cena is killer in this. Like this is his best acting by far that I've
But
ever
like I
seen
could
him
talk
do.
myself to a 7.5 as kind of like
Me too. Like John Cena is always a highlight.
yes.
But the relationship between Chris and Amelia Harcourt it feels so forced to me. I mean, the beginning of this season is her sleeping with Rick Flag, and she tells him that that's his only. She tells Peacemaker that was his only friend, and you killed him. And I really wanted to see that anger that she had towards Peacemaker, but it just doesn't. They set it up this season. That's why she's mad at him. That's why she didn't like him at the beginning because he killed her only friend. But
Mm-hmm.
he kind of just there's no like anger towards him with that. Except for like one conversation that they have. I don't know, like why set it up this season if you're not gonna do anything with it? Like, what was the
Yeah.
point of that? What was the point with her of her banging Rick Flag Jr. You know,
I know, I agree. It was a lot of setup and not a lot of payoff in this season, which
like
is
if she
disappointing.
ran into him in that alternate dimension, she was reminded that Chris took him from her. Like, fuck this guy, he's actually a fucking murderer. Like, you shouldn't be helping him. Like, that would have been a cool like twist, you know. But it just is
I
nothing
think
happened.
I think if they had spent less time trying to set up Superman Man of Tomorrow and the future of the DCU and spent more time making this a proper second season for the show, we would have more time to explore, things like that relationship and what her character would go through. And to people, like some people say, oh, she had the character arc because she would like close herself off. But by the end, like, I don't know if we really do see herself accept love like that. Like,
I
wouldn't
don't
that
know,
be a
man.
true evolution of her character arc?
I just thought the ending was weird too, with like you know her as a character and she's very closed off, and then it says 1 week later and she's like dancing and smiling and hugging him. I was like, what? Like, even as a
Right,
girlfriend
but they're
in love, I don't
not.
think she'd be like that.
But well, maybe she would. Well, her no, but
A
like,
week later also,
yeah, I know it was a little silly.
like she's all
I
over him in public. I feel like she would be very reserved even as a girlfriend.
I will say one thing. Well, all right, wait. Before that, I guess she like it is her learning to be able to like outwardly
Sure.
like stuff and like
Yeah,
this and
like it could happen, I
be
guess.
happy. I think it's supposed to just be her in touch with her emotions and everything. Like, I don't know. She didn't have to end up with Chris per se. It's just, I don't know. The whole thing exploring that was, they didn't do it the right way.
No.
What I did like was how they highlighted his relationship with Adebayo
I
and the
love
way
that.
that comes to fruition because Danielle Brooks, somehow goes from the Minecraft movie this year as well to giving what is definitely the best performance this season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think John Cena's scream in episode 7 was my favorite when he's watching his brother basically die again. But Danielle Brooks, Adebayo, her speech to him in the finale was
No,
so
yeah.
good.
I mean, he's great. That moment obviously is great, but like that to me, that scene, and I think James Gunn said something similar, that is the culmination of Peacemaker as a show.
Yeah.
And like she is the character to carry that. And that to me was the performance that left me the most impacted because it's not just what she's doing, it's the moment too.
Yeah.
Obviously, the moment with John Cena, again, with, his dad and everything, or his brother, of course. You know what I mean? When you look back to season 1, I just think as a whole show, that relationship, that future, that moment, and the way she delivers it, that is what resonated with me. That's what gives me almost a couple points right there. Like her whole, like
She's
the whole thing with
great,
her throughout the
man.
season. and she's hilarious, and we know she can do that, obviously from the Minecraft movie, but this show as well, and obviously with that flip side too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the arc,
wow.
she's one of the few parts that it is a good continuation from, because her arc from season 1 where she
Mhm.
when you're watching season 1, you're like, "She's gonna fuck it up, she's gonna make a mistake." When you're watching season 2, she's like, every time she's on screen, it's like, "Oh, she's got this, she'll be fine, she can handle herself."
And just her
And
figuring out who she, like, especially when you consider her with her relationship with Waller and like figuring out. I do wish maybe we saw a little bit more of that this season, because obviously there was no Waller at all,
no
which
Viola
was
Davis, but she could even talk about it.
right. The whole just no, but that scene with her, ex-wife at the end there, also like that was a completion of her character's arc in a sense that I think was very necessary. And so I do think with in the sense of Adebayo, they handled her character very well.
That's my problem, is that we have amazing scenes and relationships that are developed through this season, but it's just not enough for me. Like, I wish I had more of Adebayo and Chris together. Like, I wanted them to, team up for something. And then we get a whole half an episode about Eagly being like an eagle god or something. Like, what the fuck was that? And like, I get it, it's funny, but like, when you leave me wanting more of certain characters, I just wish they would have replaced that stuff that doesn't need to be in there with the stuff that I want more of.
I wouldn't, and that's valid. I I wouldn't mind that stuff as much if there was definitely going to be a season 3. If we didn't see Peacemaker get thrown into an alternate dimension, and then James Gunn say that there's no plans for a third season, because now you look at the show in a vacuum, it doesn't work anymore.
It's all
James
set
Gunn
up.
says James Gunn says that with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and all these other things, he says everything is more connected than you realize, but you won't have to see it all to be able to get it all. Which means he's going to have to re-explain things to a level, to some degree, and then you will rewatch projects and they no longer work in a vacuum. And this is the problem that I have with these large interconnected universes. It's not that I don't enjoy them, it's not that I won't still watch them, but when you look at this from a pro con sense, in a con sense, a lot of the projects will no longer work in a vacuum on an individual level. And so if you want to revisit the thing, now you got to revisit the whole thing, or else it's, or like if you're someone who wants to just watch something, you can't just watch the one thing. And they say you can, but then you end Peacemaker like with a cliffhanger where it's like now you got to watch other movies and stuff coming out. That's not leaving it off
Yeah.
as a one individual project. And so with these interconnected universes with Marvel and now DC and Star Wars, even, like, they can be good, sure, but it's always going to be an inherent con that you have to work within these boundaries. Whereas an original show, something that's not within a franchise,
And
you can just tell your own story.
that's a big problem with a show like Peacemaker, because they have to explain it, because you're gonna have children who want to see Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and they're not watching Peacemaker. The first
Right.
episode has like 30 naked people. You're not gonna have like a 10-year-old who wants to see Superman end up watching Peacemaker. So you have to explain Planet Salvation. You have to explain what happened, where I guess you don't have to explain where Peacemaker is. If you're watching Superman, you might not even know who Peacemaker is, but still, I mean, you have to explain that whole alternate dimension. You have to explain what's going on with Lex and stuff like that we've already seen. It's going to become very repetitive, especially when you have rated R projects and not everyone is going to be available to watch.
And then on top of it, what was it? Checkpoint or
Checkmate, I think.
fuck mate point?
I think it's Checkmate. Yeah, it's like chess. It's Checkmate.
Okay. Like I saw that he said that that was going to be in a different place when we next see them again than from where we're left off here. So we're not only is there going to be that people didn't see if they don't watch Peacemaker, and that has to be explained, but now we're getting extra exposition on top of
Uh-huh.
it for stuff that happens off screen. That's too much. I mean, you can't expect the average. I mean, you and I are nerds or whatever, we can handle it, but you can't expect the average casual moviegoer to understand that, or
No.
kids to necessarily understand that. And so like it to me it doesn't really work that way. And so I still enjoy things in these, I still enjoy shows and movies in these universes, but the universe itself is kind of a conundrum to cinema, to individual cinema.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I don't have much left to say about this show, but I do want to point out a huge highlight for me this season, and I think you too probably, was Tim Meadows
Oh
as
yeah,
Agent
he's always
Story.
great.
He is so funny with the bird blindness jokes, and he's like, "You almost got titties killed," and like just nicknaming them is so funny. Like
Dude, when he was telling the story in the last episode when
yeah,
he threw
yeah,
up on the fucking stripper,
yeah,
it just
dude.
is such a he is an obviously iconic comedian, but even back to his days from Saturday Night Live,
He's
and
so good,
he's
bro.
so good in everything he does. He was definitely a huge bonus addition to the show this season.
The one line he has when Economos is like, he's like, "It was an eagle," and then Tim Meadows is like, "You told me it was a duck," and he's like, "Why the fuck would I tell you it's a duck?" And he's like, "To take advantage of my disability. Sure, is it funny? Very, but still." It's like, it was so good, dude.
It's his delivery.
It is his delivery. He's so good.
He's an icon. So yeah, no, he
He was
was
a
a huge
standout.
plus. So I mean, obviously, we have criticisms, but you think about it, you're like, oh, you still gave it a 7.5. I gave the first season a 9.
Me too. Wow, we have the exact same ratings for both seasons.
We're not always. I think you and I tend to agree more on TV than movies at times.
Uh,
I don't know
I
if that
think
there.
you're
I
right,
don't know if I actually have the facts to back that up. Someone would have to check the tape,
but off
but
the top of my
I
head,
have.
I would say yeah.
It just sounds right. I don't know. I feel like it feels right.
Yeah, and that's a testament to season one. The fact that we have all these criticisms is because we expected so much more because season one was so good.
And this is part of the DCU, which Superman gave us a more promising start to it, and the first season was part of the DCEU, which had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So the expectations were pretty high. I think that this show, it's very obvious that it was written by someone who was working on 3 projects at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. And
Yeah.
so I think Gunn really, and he is now, but I think he really needs to start, deviating projects to other artists to work on, and he can still do stuff. I want him to still do stuff, but he can't keep doing everything at once because it's going to take away
Yeah,
from each
I'm glad
individual
he's
one.
not directing Supergirl or Clayface or Batman. It's just
Yeah.
he's overseeing everything, sure, but he's relaxing a little bit. Take your time, bro.
Yeah. Just work on Superman Man of Tomorrow, which they say will come out in 2027.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully. So that's all I have on Peacemaker. I
Yeah.
mean, if we never get another season again, it was a great show, but definitely some disappointments from season 2.
Uh, New York Comic Con was this week. And speaking of superhero shows, we got a lot of information. I'm going to list off some shows and stuff in a little bit, but I did want to talk about for a few minutes Invincible season 4. So they released the teaser for season 4, which I thought was hilarious. I always
Yeah,
like those teasers in the
the
diner.
little diner teasers are always a
Yeah.
classic for that show.
And it's Mark and Adam Eve, and last time it was Cecil, and the time before that it was Alan.
Mhm.
So it's always fun. But I don't know if this is like crazy to say, but I think Invincible might be my favorite show of all time.
I think that's a little crazy to say, but I think it's just but you have like a superhero bias,
Well, yeah, I have like a Marvel bias to be honest, but
No, you have like a
you
superhero
think so? All
bias.
right, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But anyway, this
I mean,
this
you like Marvel more than DC, no doubt. I think we both do pretty
yeah,
much, but I would say like you love superhero stuff, and that's
I
not
do.
like a knock. You know what I mean? That's just who you are.
And
You know,
Invincible is top tier
and it is
superhero.
a top tier superhero show, no doubt. I
Yeah,
mean, I love it, but to me, season 3 is like it's in a fringe top 10 favorite TV shows of the year. Whereas it's your
really.
definitive number 1. It is not my definitive 1. It's not
Okay,
my definitive top 5. It might be top 10. It might be. It's in the conversation. Season 3 was great. Season 2, not so much. Season 1, obviously, was
that's the best one.
fantastic. It's still the best season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely name at least 5 shows that have come out this year that I enjoyed more than Invincible season 3.
Okay. Well, season 4 comes out in March, which is a lot earlier than I thought. Um,
Thank God.
and I know, and there better not
Uh,
be a fucking break like there was in season 2.
3 fucking years or some shit.
And I think that people are going to be pissed if the animation sucks because we got the top of the mountain. We got the season 3 finale animation, which was fantastic. So season 4 has to be up there.
I hope so. I mean, I have high hopes. Obviously, where we leave off with Conquest and everything at the end of season 4,
Uh-huh.
it was a pretty great last couple episodes of that season. And I'm just glad because when you wait so long in between shows, you kind of forget things or you lose interest. You move
Yeah.
on. The general public just moves on. The culture moves on. So, I do think even that still like Invincible will. I don't know if Invincible's ever going to truly reach the excitement for me that it did with season 1 because of the long break and the disappointment with season 2. But it has not lost me. I will be seated for season 4. I'm excited about season 4. And the one thing I'll say, watching these teasers, it does make me wish they implemented more fourth wall breaking into the actual show,
It's
just because
fun.
it's so funny.
I love it. They do it really
But
well.
they do it really, really well. So,
Um, yeah,
so it's
like
exciting.
Mark is saying, he's like, my fans don't have to wonder if I keep losing why I keep losing fights and stuff like
And she's
that.
like, "Who are you talking about? What
Yeah.
fans?" He's like,
No,
he's like whispering under his breath. He's like, my fans, my fans."
yeah,
Like,
I know. It was
so
really funny. And the biggest announcement for Invincible that we got, besides the date, March of 2026, is the voice actor for Thrag. So Thrag is basically the king of the Viltrumites. He's the king of the Viltrum Empire. He's the emperor. And it's gonna be voiced by Lee Pace. So Lee Pace was Ronan. His regular voice does not sound like the Emperor's voice would, but if you listen to him as Ronan, this like declarative, like worthy type of voice that he would have, that he's like, yeah, he's got this declaration and he's talking down to everyone. That's him as Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy. People are they're divided about how they feel about this voice, but I think it's gonna be fantastic.
yeah, no,
And that's how
it's
people
cool.
felt about Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Conquest. They didn't love it at first, but then you hear it and he's awesome.
I don't know. I didn't really think much. I saw it, and honestly, I thought that had already been announced.
I
So
think it's more comic fans,
I
honestly,
was
that
just
that
like,
are
I'm
like
like, all right, this works.
us show fans don't mind, but the comic fans I think they had a set voice in their head, and he doesn't match what they had in their head. We
Yeah.
haven't
Well,
even met him yet,
you're
so
never gonna please everyone. So
right.
I'm fine with it. I didn't think two things of it.
All right, now quickly, speaking of New York Comic Con, just gonna run through. So if you're a Marvel fan specifically and you don't feel like looking up all the stuff that's come out on Comic Con recently, here's all the Marvel stuff that's come out at New York Comic Con 2025. First we got a Wonder Man teaser. This is right after we talked about Wonder Man, so that's funny. Wonder Man teaser, and then a full trailer came out a couple days later. That's now pushed back from December to January 2020 to January 27th, 2026.
But I want to say with it, I watched it,
It
and
looks
this is
good,
what
right?
I mean. It actually looks pretty cool. It looks like, and look, speaking of top shows, this is one of the top shows of the year. I do not think Wonder Man is necessarily going to be this, but it
No, but it
looks
looks
like
good.
Marvel's version of the studio.
Yeah, it looks
That's what I
great.
was getting to. And so I'm kind of intrigued by it. And that's what I meant last week when I was saying, like, oh, it's not something I'm into, blah, blah, blah. I don't know the characters. It's not, the onus shouldn't be on me, the audience, to get myself interested, look
You have
up
to do
stuff.
research.
It's on Marvel and the studios to get me interested. And they finally put something out that's like, wow, like, okay, this could be interesting. So
Yeah, I'm
I might
excited.
change my tune about it now. You know what I mean?
We also got season 2 of Daredevil Born Again announced for March of 2026, and a trailer was released. It's not online yet, but there's leaked versions of it and like pirated versions of it that I saw a little bit of, and Jessica Jones shows up in the trailer, so
Yeah,
that's
I saw
cool.
it too.
In summer of 2026, we get season 2 of X-Men 97, and season 3 was also announced, but we don't have a release date for that. A trailer for that also came out, not online, but it's, again, same thing as Born Again. And season 2 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was announced for fall of 2026. I started that show, I haven't finished it, but so far it's pretty good. They announced that Venom and Daredevil will be appearing in that. X-Men 97, man, you are missing out. You are X-Men 97 is peak Marvel. It's probably my third favorite superhero show of all time, behind Invincible and Daredevil, than X-Men 97. It is so good. Season 2's coming out soon. Season 3's announced. You got to watch it.
I don't have the bandwidth for that much superhero content anymore.
It's
Like
like
I can
20
only
it's like
watch
20-minute episodes and there's like
I
10 of them.
know, but I'm just watching so much other shit, and then I also have a life.
It's such
It's
great
just
retro 90s vibes, man. You would love it.
maybe eventually. I just can only watch so much at one time, and I put my like I try to watch shows that I've already started, like in terms of superhero first. So like
Oh, well, yeah,
Peacemaker,
yeah.
or like season 2
Continue.
of Gen V has been coming out. I haven't started it yet, but I do intend to eventually get to that because I saw the first season and I liked it. So, but like something new, X-Men has never been a universe that I've been as involved in as some other people. And so like I'm sure it's good. It's just
So good.
it's not on my radar,
All right. Well, that is all the Marvel announcements from New York Comic Con. And then something else that was also announced was A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is Game of Thrones spinoff, coming out in January, on January 18th of 2026. And we got a trailer for that. Looks awesome. You're not a Game of Thrones guy. I love Game of Thrones. So I'm very excited for that
I
as
think
well.
there's a few Game of Thrones spin-offs in development that they had announced at one point or another. I don't know if
Yeah,
they
we got
just
House of the Dragon coming out and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. There's another one. There was going to be a Jon Snow TV show, but they
yeah.
canceled it.
Yeah, okay. With Kit
Um,
Harington, right?
yeah, so it was going to be a sequel series actually. So the first sequel series because everything else is prequels so far.
Mm.
But they did cancel that as far as I know. But that's at least all the stuff that I care about announced at New York Comic Con this year. So just wanted to rattle those off.
I didn't
For
see
anyone,
anything else if they announced it there.
yeah, I mean they came out with that trailer for the Mercy movie with Rebecca Ferguson
Oh, I did see that.
and
I
Chris
did
Pratt,
see that.
and that movie looks
Actually,
terrible.
I don't know. I kind of like the premise.
I don't like it. It
But you
looks
know
like
what?
War of the Worlds, bro.
No, it doesn't look
When
that
they're all on the
bad.
computer.
But the whole movie doesn't look like it's on the computer.
No, a little bit. Yeah, that's fine.
What was the other movie where I said, "Oh, him"? Where I was like, I don't know, I like the idea of the premise, and then I watched it, I was like, nah, it was trash.
No, that
But
premise
you know
sucks.
me, I'm willing to hear something out, and when you think about like AI, so basically the film is, I didn't think we were gonna be talking about this right now, but fuck it. So basically what it's supposedly about is Chris Pratt like created this AI like trial judge jury thing. They put people on trial through an AI process, and he finds himself on that trial for I think the murder of his wife.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I watched the trailer. Yeah, maybe it looks a little tacky. I'm not gonna lie, but the premise is interesting. And when you think about like the status of where we are with AI in Hollywood with entertainment these days, like I like this concept of a movie that is, and other movies projects that I know people are working on that are kind of anti AI or very critical of AI overtaking creatives. So I'm open minded. I don't
Yeah.
know that it's going to be best
I might
picture
see it.
kind of
I might see
material,
it.
but I didn't hate the trailer either.
Okay. All
So
right. They
I'm not
hooked you.
saying I was like, wow. I just watched it and I was like,
Wow.
I just watched it and I was like, all right, this could be kind of fun. This could be
Well,
interesting.
that was another Comic-Con thing. So we got a lot.
I didn't know
Lot of
that came from there.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure they had like
I'm sure.
announcement like table or whatever.
That's fun.
So yeah, that's all. That's all I got for that.
One announcement that didn't come from Comic-Con, but something that's been percolating for many years that seems to finally be picking up steam, and that is
Pickling.
pickling steam, and that is the long-awaited sequel to Heat. Heat 2. Holy fuck, dude. I love
You're
Heat.
so hyped. You're so
I
hyped.
fucking love Heat, dude. And I know a lot of people do too. This movie rocks. The original one came out, it's directed by Michael Mann, it came out in 1995, starring Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and Val Kilmer. And it is this really cool dichotomy, this kind of like cat and mouse chase that you get to watch of two men who, in many ways, share a lot of similarities and a lot of respect for one another, but know that they're headed towards this ultimate doom, this ultimate match off where only one of them can win. And it is so cool, so awesome, such an intense heist movie. The first half is more like, whatever, it's like fun, but the second half is truly some of my favorite cinema I've ever watched. And so for a long time, we have been heard like rumors that there would be like a sequel / prequel movie. Heat 2, Michael Mann was always working on it. and they finally, one of the studios, it was Amazon. Amazon has acquired the rights to develop the film. It is moving forward with Michael Mann. And the people that are circling roles around this, let me tell you, Jack, if you think I'm excited for Heat 2, wait till you hear that this could be some of the big names involved. Leonardo DiCaprio, Austin Butler, Adam Driver, and Bradley Cooper are all circling roles in this movie right now. And they could all potentially reprise their roles. And tack on the fact that maybe we see a Robert De Niro appearance or an Al Pacino appearance or something. I don't know. Probably not, but just
Al
the
Pacino's
idea
busy
of it.
taking care of his 9th kid, bro.
Yeah, you're so right. But
with his 20-year-old girlfriend.
Regardless, this sounds like it could be a huge film. I'm very excited for it. I hope all of these guys. It'd be interesting to see like if they do and you should watch this film. Highly recommend. If they do like a prequel sequel approach, like which of these characters would play, a young Vincent Hanna or a young Neil Macaulay, which is the Pacino and De Niro characters, or even like a young Kilmer version. Like it'd be interesting to see how they go about casting it, since a lot of big names are interested in being in the movie.
For
Very
those of you guys
excited.
listening on Spotify, Josh is sporting a fat boner right now while talking about this movie.
I'm fucking jacking it under the desk.
He's
right
jacking
now,
it, bro.
dude. Absolutely rock hard.
Very excited. Okay.
No, man, you should watch Heat. I think you would like it, and then I think you would be really excited.
After you watch X-Men 97.
Dog, no.
Get on there.
One movie versus a whole show.
A whole show, it's like 10, 20-minute episodes. So that's probably what, is that 3 hours?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You watched it.
Suck me. All right,
anyway,
I'll watch Heat before the second one comes out. 100% I'll watch it before the second one comes out.
Oh, I'm sad. Well, yeah, you have a few years, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You still have to produce it, make it, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, but that's Heat 2. Very excited. Let's fucking go. So keep an eye out for that. Hopefully Amazon doesn't butcher it, but I have faith in Michael Mann. And with those names, it sounds like we could be in for peak.
Yeah. It's football season, buddy.
Dude,
so
we don't want to talk football. We should have scrapped this segment when we realized who we're fans of our teams are. You're a Jets fan. I'm a Browns fan.
Yeah, we
two
suck.
of the worst fucking teams in football this season.
Jets
the Jets
are the
don't
only
even have
with no wins.
No wins. It took them till week 6 to get a takeaway.
Oh God.
With a defensive-minded head coach. I know this isn't a sports podcast, but my God, let me tell you, for you non-sports people out there, that's bad. That is
bad.
War of the Worlds for football.
So we decided that we're going to do for football season, and because we love movies and we love football, is that we're going to do a draft of football teams consisting of fictional characters. So we did our draft off air, and we might post that at some point as bonus footage. Let us know if you'd want to see that. But we each drafted characters for unknown positions. We don't know the positions we're putting them at yet. But we have our whole teams lined up of fictional characters that would go on our football teams. And we have the quarterback, 2 wide receivers, a running back, a tight end, 2 offensive tackles, kicker, coach, and a mascot.
Yep.
So those are all the positions for our football teams. And we drafted these teams earlier, and we said no repeat characters, so we made it fair. And we don't know what character goes to what position yet. And you guys tell us which team you think would win. And the one rule was no crazy OP characters, no Scarlet Witch warping reality, no Dr. Manhattan snapping his fingers and turning the planet to dust, no shit like that, okay?
I don't really know how you win a football game by doing that. But
well, he could snap his fingers and turn the whole floor into lava and all the football players die, and he just takes the floor over and he takes the ball over into the end zone. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So no characters like that. You want to flip the coin and see which one of us is going to go first? I think we should just each name our team, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you want to go first or want me to go first or coin it?
I mean, we can coin it, but which coin?
Willie.
Oh, because no one will know, but we used Marty to decide who was going to draft first off air.
Yeah.
So I guess we should let Willie get his turn now.
We'll let Willie go, and then I'll call it since you called it.
Willie is shinier than, I wonder if he's a newer coin. I guess he is. He has to be, right?
I'm going to call Tails because Tails won last time, so we'll see.
Maybe I won't drop the coin this time.
That's probably gonna happen.
Heads.
Okay. So
Thanks,
Josh is gonna
Willie.
say his team of fictional characters, and then I'll say mine after, and you guys let us know in the comments whose team wins.
All right. I don't even know what the name of my team is. I wish I thought of a name for
Oh
my
yeah,
team.
we didn't think of names.
Maybe I'll think of one by the end while you're saying your team.
Okay.
But starting at quarterback from the DCU, we have Superman. I mean, nothing else I need to say. The guy can do it all. He's got a cannon of an arm. He can run as fast as he can. He's the best all-around player,
That's
and
your quarterback?
he's a leader. Yeah, are you kidding me? How is Superman not a quarterback? He can do everything. He's super strong. He's super fast. He can throw the ball. He's a field general, so he'll see the field very well.
That's fine, but I'm just saying, dude. I don't know how his accuracy is gonna be.
You telling me he doesn't? He can zap anyone with his eyes. I guarantee he's got great accuracy.
All right,
He's
fair,
strong
fair.
as hell. You need an all-around great player at quarterback. It's not always like maybe a quarterback will have super great accuracy, but what if they don't have the arm strength? Superman is the best all-around. He can do it all. At wide receiver 1 from the Sonic films, I have Sonic the Hedgehog. Obviously, you know, and at wide receiver 2 playing in the slot there from the Incredibles, I got Jack. Two little guys who can get past into the outfield to the secondary. They have high energy. They're super fast. So I can guarantee that they can run any route anywhere on the field.
Oh yeah, we only did movie characters, by the way. I think I forgot to mention that. It's only strictly movie characters.
In the middle of my team, yes.
Yeah.
Starting at running back from the Mission Impossible series, I have Ethan Hunt. This guy can run, man. I mean, you see him, he's hauling ass. This guy, and I was very torn between him and one other character that I'll wait till after you give your team. But Ethan Hunt can haul fucking ass. And so I was like, there's no one. I know I can give him the arm, or I can give him the ball. He'll stiff arm and he's going to go. Starting at tight end from The Emperor's New Groove is Kronk. There is no one else in movies that can play tight end. This is the number one movie tight end because one, his name is one letter away from Gronk, who is the greatest tight end of all time. And I'm not even a Patriots fan, but he's one of the greatest tight ends of all time. But two, he's just big, he's strong, he can block and he can catch. He's got that versatility. It's Kronk. I mean, he's got to be. He gives off tight end energy. My two tackles, my first tackle from the Monsterverse is Godzilla. No one getting past this motherfucker. Then I wanted from my second tackle, but my second tackle from the Super Mario Bros. Movie is Bowser. I mean,
That's
two
sick,
guys. Two guys who can like either blow fire or radiation power, whatever from their giant lizards just blocking the line there. And no one's getting past them. And then my kicker from the Peanuts franchise is Charlie Brown. My guy definitely can kick that ball. If it wasn't for motherfucking Lucy pulling away the worst fucking holder in the history of football.
He's never kicked the ball in his life, bro.
He's the worst holder. The worst holder is Lucy. He doesn't kick the ball because she pulls it away. All he needs is someone to hold the ball, and he's kicking that shit.
That's a lot of faith.
Days.
That's a lot of faith in a guy who's never kicked before.
He is the kicker when it comes to like peep characters. I think of him. He kicks. He just doesn't get a chance to. I'm giving Charlie Brown his chance. Lucy's not on this team. All right, Charlie's on this team.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the problem.
All right.
Show off what he can do. Lucy, motherfucking bitch, Lucy. Hate that cunt. Anyway.
She's like 12 years old.
Well, man, she should have thought about that before pulling away the ball 7,000 times.
That's true. She is a fucking bitch.
That's what you get. Fucking charging 5 cents for psychiatric help. Where'd she get her fucking PhD from, huh?
Okay, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about now, but all right.
Have you never seen her? She charges 5 cents at her table for psychiatric help, and she gives the therapy.
Yeah.
But I don't know where she got her PhD from. I don't trust her.
She's unreliable.
She's unreliable. So Charlie Brown, I trust Charlie Brown. I resonate with him. We're both bald. my head coach from Any Given Sunday, Tony D'Amato, the only character on this list who is actually from a football movie. He is a head coach, so obviously he knows the game because these guys don't know the game. They don't have the intangibles. They have the skills. He'll bring the strategy, and he's Al Pacino. He's played by Al Pacino, so he'll motivate them. That's what I really wanted out of a coach, is a motivator.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony D'Amato, played by Al Pacino, will motivate the fuck out of this locker room. And then my mascot, also from the Peanuts franchise, a duo of Snoopy and Woodstock. That's another way that Charlie Brown is going to make the kick. He's got Snoopy and Woodstock kicking them or cheering them on,
Yeah,
but they're cheering on the whole
side.
team because they're just the best pals that you can ever ask for. So they are a combined duo. And you told me it was okay if they were a mascot. I didn't choose them mascot because you said it was okay. That was always the plan.
No, I know.
But I'm glad that you made the exception because I was like, yeah, obviously they're the fucking mascot.
That's a good team. That is a good team.
So that is my team. I wish I had a name for it. Just Josh's winning team. Fuck it.
Okay. Here's my team, and my team's obviously better than your team. At quarterback, I have Domino from the Deadpool 2 movie. She has unlimited amount of luck, and she actually sucks good luck out of people near her. So the other team would have bad luck. So she'll throw the ball. No matter what happens, that ball will end up in the end zone because that's just her luck. She has good luck no matter what. My first wide receiver is the Flash from the not the TV show, from the Snyderverse. Guy goes back in time. Guy slows down time. He does everything. Ezra Miller. Those movies are bad, but he's fast as fuck. My second wide receiver, you had Sonic. I have Shadow, the Hedgehog. My boy Shadow can teleport. He's so much smarter than Sonic, and I don't know if he's faster, but he can teleport, so I think he's more powerful. Sonic is getting dominated by Shadow. Sorry, buddy. My first running back, my only running back actually.
The wide receivers don't face off with one another.
Yeah,
unless
but my
one of
wide
them would
receivers can be better than your wide receivers.
So you think if one was playing corner and one was playing wideout, Shadow would win the battle?
Yeah, Shadow wins the battle.
Battle. I had to fucking spitting on my words.
My running back is Juggernaut from Deadpool 2. That dude is like 9 feet, probably tall. He's like 12 feet tall. He's an unstoppable force. Juggernaut cannot be stopped by anything. He fights off against Colossus. He's huge. He's not being stopped by anybody. My tight end is Darth Maul. Bro's got speed. He's got speed. He's got anger. He's got resilience. He's got the force. That ball comes anywhere near him, not even near him. He's pulling that ball towards him with the force. He's got robot legs. He's never getting tired. He's got that crazy forward dash that he does in Battlefront 2. And he's got dual-wield lightsaber just in case, the double-sided lightsaber if anyone tries to try anything.
Yeah, but if I decide to put Godzilla on defensive tackle instead of offensive tackle, and you need Maul on a blocking down, he is fucked.
I'm convinced that Maul would beat Godzilla in a fight.
No.
Godzilla
would vaporize Maul.
Maul takes down an entire Venator-class ship in the Clone Wars finale by just going like this, and he just crushes it. He could do that with Godzilla's lungs. He could do that with Godzilla's neck. He could just snap Godzilla's neck with the Force.
I suppose it depends. Yeah, well, unless Godzilla just steps on him and fucking smushes him before he can get a chance to do it, because Godzilla's so much bigger. Because you're right, he probably wouldn't have a chance to get, the radiation like breath to spit at him.
Yeah,
because it would take a while to charge it up. But he just needs to step on him.
But that lightsaber cuts through anything. Just throw that lightsaber through Godzilla's heart.
Godzilla's foot is so thick that if he just steps on Maul before Maul can get out of the way, he's not going to slice through the whole foot.
My first tackle, speaking of Godzilla, is King Kong from the Monsterverse.
I wanted fucking both.
King Kong's got hands, dude. And Godzilla is stronger, I'll give you that. But we're playing football here, okay? Godzilla and Kong going head to head would be an amazing matchup. It's not going to happen, but that would be so cool if it was defensive and offensive. But Kong's got the hands. He's punching the fuck out of everybody, okay?
No, me and Ed are going to have to go Team Godzilla on this one. I think Godzilla is just scary. He's bigger. He maybe doesn't have the hands, but I think he's got the brains.
No,
It's,
Godzilla's so much dumber than Kong, dude.
no
Kong's so
way.
much smarter.
No way.
Yes, dude. My second tackle is Optimus Prime. My guy is also a great leader. I didn't put him in a leader position, but he'll give a speech in the locker. He'll have you running across that field with nothing to lose. He is that guy, okay? And Optimus Prime has died and come back again and again. He's been knocked over, gotten back up. He's defeated enemies twice his size. He rides a fucking dinosaur transformer in one of them. Optimus Prime is my guy, all right? My kicker is Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid, all right? I want to take prime Mr. Miyagi, but if I can't choose a certain age of him, I'm going just from the first Karate Kid movie. Guy can kick. That's what else can I say? You know, he's like 80 years old. He's doing flips and kicking people in the face, and he's doing crazy shit. Mr. Miyagi can kick. My coach is Batman from the animated movies specifically, because live action Batmans have not been really shown to have the uh they're good detectives maybe, but they don't have the like analytical skills that you really want from a coach. So the reason I took the animated Batman is because in the animated movies, he takes down the entire Justice League in minutes. He has contingency plans for all of them. In Justice League Doom, he has contingency plans for Superman, The Flash, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Green Lantern, everybody down in minutes. I think Batman would have one for every player on every team. He would have a way to defeat them. And then finally, my mascot. It was going to be Charlie Brown because I think that'd be very ironic. My mascot is going to be Sid the Sloth from Ice Age because he's ugly and he's funny and you have a personal connection with him, so it would be to taunt your team.
Yeah, that's fucked up. I knew
Yeah,
when
man.
you picked him, I was like, what else could he be?
I
Imagine
know.
Sid the Sloth
Yeah.
as your starting quarterback.
Dude, there's that scene in the first movie where he actually plays football with the watermelon
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
steals from the
yeah,
dodo
yeah,
birds,
yeah.
and he's running and he's got it. And
Dude, he's kind of got the stiff arm. Maybe put
He's-
Sid the Sloth at running back.
dude, he stiff arms him.
Put him in the backfield, man. Let's go. All
Yeah,
right,
dude.
I love it. So, comment which team you like more, which team you think would actually win in a game. Because it would be mine, but if you want to
okay,
believe
buddy.
Jax would, then you can say so.
Superman's gonna throw the worst passes you've ever seen. He's gonna not know his own strength and throw it way too far.
No, because Sonic and Jack will always be able to get there.
Jack's a crazy pick, by the way.
No,
He's a
fast as
fucking
fuck.
baby. He can't understand anything. The coach is gonna be like, do this, and he's gonna be like, goo goo gaga, give me Elastigirl's titties.
Oh,
Like,
you
he's
know
not gonna
what?
know
I didn't
anything.
even mean Jack. I meant fucking what's his face, Dash.
You meant Dash?
Yeah, this whole time. I
Oh
meant
my
Dash.
god, bro.
Come on, how did you not realize that? How did it
Well,
take
I just
me?
thought you
How did
picked
I?
Jack because he's funny and he's like.
I keep
stupid.
talking about. No, I was talking about all right, no, I meant Dash that whole time. I actually feel stupid now.
Because I think
didn't even
Jack
realize
also
that.
does probably have super speed. He's got
Well,
every
Jack's
every
got to be the
power.
strongest of them all, but we don't see it. So you're probably right. Actually, Jack would be the better pick. It's just I meant Dash.
If Jack could comprehend the game, he'd be a way better pick.
Yeah, but
he
either
just goes
way,
solid metal.
either way, knowing what I thought I was saying, I meant Dash.
Dash is better. I can't clown you for Dash.
I meant like the fast characters. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
damn. I can't believe I kept saying Jack, and I just didn't even realize it. And you said that, and I didn't even realize, like, oh shit, because I'm saying Jack. I don't even know why. I just like, because I don't know. You kind of look like Dash, and your name is Jack. So I just was
You're
like,
confused. Yeah, I got you.
I was just like, all right.
That's fair. All right, well, comment what team you think is better. I think that was fun, dude.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and if you guys want to see us actually do that draft, let us know. We have that in just like the back rooms, of extra footage.
On the cutting room floor.
Yeah, but we're gonna end this episode off as we always do, with a little seesaw.
Yeah, why don't you go first?
I will go first. Thank you for offering.
You're welcome.
You're so nice. Thanks, buddy.
Oh.
Something that let me go to my notes. Something that I want to see is The Chair Company.
Dude,
Did you watch that yet or no?
No, that was my fucking seesaw, you asshole.
That's funny.
I'm still using it. I don't have a backup. I'm using it.
That's fine because I love Tim Robinson. I Think You Should Leave. I loved Friendship. This is a new TV show on HBO Max that the first episode just dropped today or yesterday or something like that. And it's got good reviews. It's got really good reviews so far. So I'm excited to see it. It looks hilarious, and I love anything Tim Robinson does. So I really want to watch The Chair Company. And something I saw, which I could have talked about for a little bit as an actual segment, but I don't have much to say about it, is The Roof Man. I loved this movie. I really think you should see this movie, Josh. The Roof Man, it's quickly it's about this guy who breaks into McDonald's establishments,
McDonald's Eye.
McDonald's eye establishments through the roof and robs them. He gets caught and he goes to jail, and then he escapes jail and hides in a Toys R Us for 6 months, and he lives there. And that is the premise. It's about his life, basically living in that Toys R Us, and it's based on a true story. And they really did their research from what you could tell from the movie. So it seems very accurate, and the story revolves around him and played by Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst, who plays a character named Lee, who works at the toy store, he basically falls in love with. And the acting in this movie is phenomenal. Like, you would not expect from a silly, goofy movie, the way it's advertised, to be this crazy, romantic, just sad and depressing. And Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst, their acting is so phenomenal. Like, it just shocks me. Like, the fact that I'm talking about it right now, that was the biggest standout of the movie, had me almost in tears watching this. And from what I'm seeing online, people totally feel the same. I loved the movie. I loved it a lot more than a lot of people. People think it's pretty good. I thought it was fantastic. It's my top. It's in my top, I think, 8 of the year. And it's hilarious too. It's really funny. Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I saw it was on your list. You liked it more than One Battle After Another,
I did.
which is controversial to say the least, I'm
I know.
sure.
And Roofman was hilarious. Channing Tatum is so funny, and he's so good in this role. One of, if not his best role out of everything I've seen him in, to be honest. I love him, like Jump Street movies and stuff like that, but he is fucking killer in this movie. If you haven't seen Roofman, go watch it. I hope you like it as much as I did, because I just cannot rave about it enough. It was amazing. And it's set in early 2000s, so like I told you before, it's just very nostalgic too, to see these old McDonald's with the play places and the Toys R Us. Peter Dinklage is in it. He's fucking hilarious too. Like, it's just a great movie, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to watch it while it's in theaters, but it's definitely on my radar. So,
Yeah,
and I
good.
mean, the praise is interesting. You know what I mean? Certainly some unexpected areas of praise. So
Yeah, and I do think I'm a lot more critical of movies, at least recently, that we've been talking about. So if anything, me loving it this much might tell you something about it.
right. I just love movies.
I know.
All right. Well, my seesaw. My C was going to be The Chair Company. I still do really want to see it because I love Tim Robinson, Friendship, and I think You Should Leave is hilarious. So it's another kind of entrance of, or like kind of outing for his comedy, and he's really the only kind of person doing that type of comedy, and so
He's the only one who
it
can.
makes me laugh. But to do something a little different, I'm gonna do another HBO show that I want to see that's been coming out called Task, starring Mark Ruffalo and I think Tom Pelphrey. It's from
Yeah.
the creators of Mayor of Easttown, which I also watched, and they both seem to be like murder mystery kind of shows. And Mayor of Easttown, which was with Kate Winslet, phenomenal, fantastic, truly incredible television.
Is that the Jeremy Renner one?
No,
Really? Oh, I
no,
thought he was.
it's with Kate Winslet.
Oh, okay. All right.
What are you thinking of?
Oh,
Oh,
Mayor of Kingstown.
yeah,
That's Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, I
Well,
didn't say.
if only I had an app to talk about it.
Yeah, if only. Ugh. No, not the mayor of Easton, though. It was the mayor.
Oh,
Like
the mayor. Oh, I think he's a mayor.
mayor of Easton. Anyway, but Task looks really interesting. And so like when I start to finish up some of the shows that I'd been including like Alien Earth and Peacemaker, now I'll have a little time. That one is like really up next for me. I want to see it. And then something that I've been watching, I have one episode left, and that is a show on Apple TV called Disclaimer, starring Kate Blanchett and Sacha Baron Cohen, actually. And it's written and directed by Alfonso Cuarón. And basically the series, it's a limited series that follows a journalist who, years after having an affair that ended in tragedy, needless to say, it resurfaces for her, and kind of this in a book that was published, and kind of starts to creep into all aspects of her life, and she has to come face to face with it. So I have one episode left, and I really enjoy this show. Now, obviously, because Kate Blanchett is great in everything she does, and Alfonso Cuarón is an incredible filmmaker, but beyond that, it's really interesting how it plays around with these ideas that I'm sure you can relate to, where we have to separate our view of our parents with their identity that they have as an actual person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just like accepting that they come with their own flaws and their own whatever, like dreams and aspirations and feelings, and kind of disassociating them from that parental figure that we have of them in our heads. And this show really deals with a lot of that, and so I find it very fascinating. If anyone's ever looking for some sort of like moodier toned limited series on Apple TV rarely misses the mark with their shows. And so this is another one and I still have one more episode to see. I don't know how they're going to stick the landing, but I'm feeling pretty good about it.
That's cool. I've never heard of that. And before we end the episode, actually, you just reminded me of this question I wanted to ask you. Do you think, maybe there is one, but do you think there should be a letterboxed version for TV shows?
There is one.
There
It's
is?
just,
Do
I
you
don't think
use it?
I tried. It's called Serialized. I'm just not a big fan of like its layout.
Like the interface?
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, if there was a letterbox spinoff that was just TV shows with like your top 4 and review, like I would love that, man.
Remember when they announced that they were going to add TV shows to Letterbox?
Yeah,
And then
people hated that because that sucks.
didn't. Well, but it's funny because shows are on Letterbox, so
It's like limited series, right?
except then there are limited series that end up getting more than one season, and they're still on fucking
Yeah,
Letterbox, like
that's
Loki.
true. Yeah, Loki's one of them.
So but I mean, it is what it is. Disclaimers on Letterbox.
Oh, cool.
So
So
anyway,
that sounds good.
yeah, check out a trailer.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow us on all socials. We're at Box Office Dynasty on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Comment Bible study numbers, film Bible numbers. What else you got?
I would play the slide whistle again, but it only showed up on last week's episode sporadically, so
Yeah, you guys are missing out.
I'll just have to reenact it. Yeah, see, at least that it sucks, but it'll fucking show up this
You're a
time.
fucking loser. You're a loser.
It'll fucking
dude.
show up this time. God damn it.